It's crazy that, there was sort of a storm here yesterday, Storm Hillary. I don't know if you guys keep up with the news at all. But yeah, there was a storm, Hillary, a tropical storm, and it was raining a lot. And then today it's like I woke up and it was like pretty cloudy. And I was like, okay, like I like that, like sort of like easing into the next day sandstorm. It's like it's hard to follow a storm, like everyone's like, oh my God, the storm Sunday, the storm, the storm, the storm. And then it's like, the storm goes and everyone's like, wow, the storm, and then like you have to go up after it and you're like, hey, everyone. And they're like, who the fuck are you? And you're like, I don't know, like I don't know yet. Let's just see where this goes. And that was kind of today, it started off obviously wet and pretty overcast. And then before I knew it, I was just living a sunny day. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't know it was just going to be like that quick of a turnaround. I didn't know it was going to be so immediate. So just a sharp contrast of the storm versus just like, okay, yeah, now we're back to summer. It's Monday and it's 80 degrees, like it was just, you just must be prepared for anything. And yeah, it's like whatever. Okay, yeah, if people could be hoisting ladders onto a van, that would be ideal. I mean, it's only episode 128 for God's sakes. But yeah, no, keep hoisting. I've never seen so many ladders in one place. I doubt if I went to Home Depot right now, they would have as many ladders as are being loaded onto this van. So just something to think about, something to consider as we begin episode 128. Oh my God, what if it was 28? It's like, okay. It's 5:39, if you can believe it. I, will like jot things down in notebooks from time to time. I mean, pretty often, and I always date them. And today I went to jot something down and I was like, what is the fucking date? Like, what date is it? Where are we? Like, August has really gotten away from me, but like, to be quite honest, I don't know if it ever had me. It's just gotten so far away from me. Like, I don't even know. The storm did kind of give me a new lease on life though. Like, I feel like Saturday was the first time I've really lived in a while. There was just some sort of undertone of the storm. And people were like going crazy around these parts, like things were getting canceled left and right. Like they were like the storm, the storm, the storm, the cake, the cake, the cake. And yeah, like it just kind of, everyone just kind of bought into this, like, all right, let's just fucking go for it. Like let's just, it was honestly it was liberating, like on Saturday, like I got so much done. I woke up so early, got so much done that by noon I was like, okay, now what else? It wasn't like, all right, well, that's Saturday for you. It's like, I'm just scratching the surface. I had to go mail something. So I just like got dressed. Like I fully got dressed. I put on this like skirt that I never wear. Like I put together a pretty cute outfit, if I do say so myself. It is kind of crazy, like getting dressed, like really getting dressed. Like you're like, okay, let me think about this. Like, what would go best with this? What earrings should I put with it? Like really getting down to the details. Like what bag should I carry? Like shoes, this, that. It's like I felt like I was getting in a costume. Like I did feel very cute, but I also felt like I was in costume, and it was kind of weird. And then I was going to just parlay that outfit into my afternoon trip. I was actually going to a museum with my mom. And then I had to stop back home for a second. I was like, I hate to do this. Because I feel like recently I'm just like, life is all about getting out of your comfort zone. But I'm like, but I do want to be kind of comfy. Like if I'm going to a museum, it's like, I don't know. It's like sometimes getting dressed, it's like there's a fine line between like wearing something cute and just like, okay, well, like, and I realize what getting dressed is. Like anyone could look cute at any point in time. I guess you just have to care or like want it bad enough or be like, you know what, like this is my thing today. Like I just want to look cute. listen, if you're not following, don't worry, because neither am I. All right, so my mom and I were going to this museum in Pasadena, and because we were like, what should we do? What should we do? Like, it was just like, it was kind of like, is this our last day on earth? Like, I feel like we should just like go somewhere. So we went to the Norton Simon Museum in Pasadena. Now, I'm not a huge museum person, but the last few museums I've been to, I've really enjoyed. And I think that's because they were not very big. And I'm kind of thinking like, well, you know, I guess certain people just love museums so much they want it to be as big as possible. For me, I think where I really just like found my rapport with museums is in these smaller ones where it's like, it's very doable. You see the end. Like, it's like, there's nothing worse to me than when it's like, you know, we're walking around and I glimpse like 2, 3, 4 more rooms full of art. And I'm just like, oh boy, you know, it's like that. And then it gets to the point where like, did we go in this one? Like, I don't know. Do we already see this? And it's like, oh yeah, here's this one, you know, like, it's just hard when it's so much work to take in. And it's almost like that's kind of like with everything. Like even like stand-up shows, it's like, okay, this shouldn't be more than like an hour 10. Like that's just like too much comedy to take in. You know, like after that point, it's like, what are we doing? So I really love this museum. They, had freaking like Picasso's, Van Gogh's, Monet's, Renoir's. Like I was like, who am I that I'm like now starting to like see all the different styles? And I'm like, God forbid if I was on like Jeopardy or something. I guess they don't show visuals on Jeopardy, but like, okay, yet another ladder. I don't even know what this company does. They're like, hey, we have 4 billion ladders. Like, do you want one? I don't know. But yeah, it was just crazy to see all these gorgeous paintings. And like I said, it was like not too big. There was like a gorgeous outside, which I wish that had been bigger. Like I could walk in a garden for 4 years, you know, like my mom's like, okay, let's go inside. And I'm like, oh my God, like I don't want to go inside. Like I never want to go inside. I don't like people who are, okay, whatever. It doesn't need to be like, if that's their preference, that's their preference. It's personally my preference to never eat inside again. Like when people are like indoors or outdoors, I was like, is that even a fucking question? Like, I don't know. I just despise eating indoors. Like it's so stuffy. There are some exceptions. There are some good times indoors. In general, I'd love to be outside breathing fresh air. It's like, hey, do you want to be outside and breathe fresh air? Or do you want to like just share the same exact air with like 40 people in here? And it's like, I'm good. It's like COVID, no COVID. It's like, I'm just good. Like, I just want freshness. I want breeze. I want movement. All right. Oh, but yeah. So, I actually did eat indoors on Saturday with my mom at freaking Cheesecake Factory. I don't even think they have outdoor seating. We like got to Pasadena and I had like ate before because I was like, didn't want to find myself in the situation where like I'm like, oh my God, I'm so hungry because it's like we're going to a museum. When we touched down in Pasadena, my mom's like, I need Cheesecake Factory. I'm like, wait, what? Like I haven't really, it's like I've had Cheesecake Factory with my mom maybe like once before. Like she's not like a Cheesecake Factory head. It's not like she's always talking about Cheesecake Factory. So when she was like, I want to go to Cheesecake Factory, I was like, wait, what is she talking about? And then it's like I looked it up and there was 1.6 miles away. And I'm just like, wow. That really worked out for her. And don't get me wrong. I like Cheesecake Factory. I've probably liked it more in the past. But like, I'm not ever really thinking like, oh, I got to go to Cheesecake. But we went and I'm glad we went because I had the opportunity to meet and be waited on probably one of the top 3 waiters in the world. Like this guy should teach a master class. And this is the thing. He wasn't really like, he didn't say much. He didn't say much actually. It's like looking back, I would be shocked if this man said more than 30 words to us. And maybe that number will evolve as I think back on the meal. But just know that that's kind of where my mind went to. Like, that's sort of the vibe. He was wearing a mask, and he was just like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm left inspired. I'm left in awe. Like, his performance, like, it's like, bitch, you got 15 out of 10. Like, you made 0 mistakes. He seriously got everything right, and he just made it look easy. And once again, I really enjoy this. Like, it's not like we have this whole, like, rapport with him, which can be fun. Don't get me wrong, it can be fun. But then it's like, can you really maintain that same level? Like, let's just say a waiter comes to your table and, like, you guys, like, knock it out of the park. Like, you're having a blast. Can you really maintain that if they come back 17 times? You know, it's like, I don't know. It's tough to do. And I don't like comparing everything to stand-up, but it's really coming to me now. It's like, it's kind of like hosting a show. It's like, yeah, you guys get along great the first time, you know, like, it's fun. And then it's like you start coming back 2, 3, 4 times, and people are like, all right, like, just bring the next person. Like, just bring us our check. Like, we don't want to have another conversation with you. And so this man just, like, I don't know, his attention to detail was just unreal. Like, and maybe people have just set the bar so low in society today that, like, he didn't even do much, but I thought it was impressive. But, like, my mom always orders a Coke with no ice, which, first of all, is just, like, so beyond questionable. Like, it's like, you know, the thing that makes Coke really good, like, when it's cold and just so refreshing? Don't do that. Don't do that. I actually sort of, if you could heat it up a little bit, I want it, like, a little bit warm. Like, that's how my mom has her Coke. And don't get me wrong, I had some sips, but it's like, obviously, I would be getting ice if that were me. So not only does he bring her Coke no ice, so I got water, my mom got Coke no ice. So he brings ice water, Coke no ice, puts down 2 straws. My mom won't even, like, look at a straw. Like, she won't let anyone around her have a straw, which is fine. I don't really need a straw. So he brings the straws, and she's like, oh, no straws. Like, or she was like, no straws for me. Like, and she was like, and can I have a water too? He leaves wordlessly. And it's not like he has an attitude. Like, even though he doesn't say anything, it's not like I'm like, oh, is he mad? Is he annoyed? Like, I don't think he's fucking annoyed at all. Like, he's just working. He's just, like, killing it. He comes back 2 minutes later, puts down the water, in one fell swoop, takes away the 2 straws. Like, actually a magic trick. And I was like, holy shit, I'm impressed. Like, because he listened to my mom say no straws, the water, the no ice, it's all just coming together. Then, whatever, I need to speed through this. I ordered a salad with bacon in it, super, super crispy, chopped salad. I'm like, I want my bacon burnt to a crisp. And so when he comes, when he brings it, he's like, chopped salad, super crispy bacon. And I was like, wow, I actually feel seen, I feel heard. And the bacon was fucking crispy. Like, he told the chefs, like, he's like, I know you're reading it here, but actually do it. And so I was really impressed by that. And then later we were like, oh, can we get, oh no, actually then my mom asked I asked for my mom, this waitress walking by who was not our waiter. I asked her for mustard because my mom was like, oh, I need mustard. I didn't see our waiter. This girl walked by, I asked her. But guess who came back with the mustard? And I'll give you one hint, it was not that girl. It was our waiter. It's like, somehow even that, like, he was like, I got this. Like, even though they asked someone else, like, I will deliver. Like, it was honestly insane. He came out of nowhere, delivered it. And then when we were, like, almost done, we were like, oh, could we get a couple boxes to go? He brings us so neatly these 2 bags, 2 boxes, like, slay, perfect, no notes. Then, oh, my mom was like, do you want to take some of the bread home? And I was like, duh, like, there's a storm coming. Like, no, I don't want to take Cheesecake Factory bread home. Like, I actually couldn't have thought of something else I would want more if I were going to be stuck inside during a tropical storm. And so I was like, oh yeah, I would love a separate thing to take the bread in because my salad was like soggy, whatever. This man comes back with an entire loaf of fucking bread in a bag and hands it to me. I was like, I'm done. I'm sorry. Like, I'm on my feet, a standing fucking ovation. And it's like just so impressive to me that he got it done with like, well, not being so trying so hard overtly. Like, it's not like he's like, hey folks, like, how we doing today? Like, none of that. He's not treating us like children. Like, he's like, welcome to Cheesecake Factory. We're going to make this a seamless experience. Like, we're not going to exchange many words. And honestly, it was just a stunning performance. Like, I was in awe of it while it was happening. I was aware of it while it was happening, thought about it after, and I'm still thinking about it. And you bet your ass I was thinking about it when I ate that entire loaf of brown bread yesterday during the storm. Oh my God. Oh, and he gave me butter in little like plastic containers, like little individually wrapped butters in like the plastic things you put sauce in sometimes. And he gave me the perfect amount. Like, it was just fucking crazy, whatever. So yeah, and then like I got home, I had such a full day. Like, I accomplished so many things. Like, you know, some days you're like, okay, well, I worked a ton today, but it's like, did I really live my life, you know? And then sometimes you're like, well, I definitely like was out and about, but like, should I have done more? Like, should I have done more work? And like Saturday was just like a absolutely gorgeous blend of everything. Like, I took care of like, I don't know, just I just did such a wide variety of things. And then I got to have fun too, go to Cheesecake Factory, go to a museum. And then when I came back, where did I go? Oh yeah, CVS. And then, oh yeah, I went to Target because Helena's freaking, it's hard to explain. It's hard to fucking explain. I went to Target. I was like, oh, I'm going to get Helena a new like blanket to put in her bed. Because hers is like really long, and while transporting it the other day, like a piece of it fell, like grazed the street, and it was all dirty. And I was like, oh God, I cannot have this. So I was like, didn't want to do laundry. So I was like, you know what? It's time for her to get a new blanket anyways. Like, we're always like, this blanket's too big. This blanket's too big. So I was like, perfect. I'm going to fucking go to Target. Like, I'm so cute. My boyfriend's out of town too. So it was just like, I'm really just like doing me. And not that I ever don't, but it was just like, there's something different when you're just like, you know, I was a single mom this weekend. Like, I was just like, all right, we need to get her a little blanket. So I went to Target, and I just wasn't loving the selection. I'm not even going to lie. And I just ended up getting nothing from Target. And there were so many people there. And then when I was at Target, I realized, oh my God, I never needed to go to Target. Where I needed to go was Trader Joe's. So off I went. And it was crazy. Like, I felt like the night before like COVID lockdown, like there were so many people in Trader Joe's. Like, there were not, all I wanted was those chocolate covered, chocolate covered frozen bananas from Trader Joe's. Like, the chokehold those have on me, like, I could have never predicted it, because actually the first time I didn't like them, and then it's like they just out of nowhere became like my favorite thing on earth. There were none, but you better believe the frozen dark chocolate covered frozen strawberries were there. There was not a shortage of those, and it's like, that is speaking volumes. It's like, you want to know about your product, go to the store they're sold at the night before a storm and see if they're still there. Like, people were like, nah, I don't even want these, even if like I can never come to the market again. Like, they were just so many of them. And they're right, because they're not good. The banana ones are the ones, and they were gone. And yeah, it's like, I was just really living. Like, I was like, should I get flowers? Like, if I'm going to be home all day, like it's pouring rain, like I really want to live in that. Like, I really want to dive deep into that. And like, usually at Trader Joe's, I'm like, okay, you know, like, what do we got in like whatever. I don't need anything crazy, but I was like, fuck it. I'm getting these blue hydrangeas. There was one left, and I was like, these are so gorgeous, and they're going to look so good in this vase on my freaking kitchen table that I just put this gorgeous, delicate white lace, like, tablecloth over. It's fucking stunning. And every time I walked by it yesterday, I was like, I love them. I love them. And I just feel like it took a storm for me to be like, why am I waiting to live life? And I just feel like it's hard to remember every day to just like really, I don't know, like just go in, you know, just be like, wow, this could be the day. Like, why not? It's hard when they start to get vague at the end. Welcome to episode 128. Oh yeah, I got this drink from Trader Joe's when I was there because, oh my God, I was so thirsty. Like, I had gone to CVS, Target, and I like didn't bring my water bottle, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so fucking thirsty, so fucking thirsty. And I kept thinking like I was about to go home, but then I kept going to another place. So by the time I got to Trader Joe's, I was like, I'm so thirsty. And they had this drink. It was like, you know, like a super healthy, like probiotic drink, and it was orange, peach, mango. Now, for those of you who have been following along, you know I'm allergic to peaches. But that didn't stop me from purchasing this drink. Like, I was like, it looks so fucking good. It looks so fucking refreshing. I need it. And it reminded me of this drink I used to get from Naked Juice. It was called Orange Mango Motion. I mean, it's still out there. I think I just realized like it has like 400 grams of sugar in it. Like, remember when Naked Juice, like everyone got mad at them? They were like, you guys aren't fucking naked at all, bitch. In fact, you're fully clothed. There's so much sugar in this. There's so, like this, and that. Which, like, honestly, on us for not reading the back. Like, it's not like they like didn't put the information on the back, but I think it was just like the way they were presenting themselves. Like, they were all healthy and natural when in fact they are not. But this drink sustained me in college. Like, that's where I first discovered it. Orange Mango Motion by Naked Juice. Like, actually, I almost can't even talk about it because I almost have to go to Smart and Final to get it. Like, that's where I feel like I always used to get them. I don't know. I just associate them with Smart and Final. They're so fucking good. Oh my God. It's like taking down one of those was just like some of the greatest moments of my life. But yeah, so I saw this juice at Trader Joe's and it kind of reminded me of that. And I was like, should I really be experimenting with peach right now? Like, I never have anything with peach in it, even if it's like artificial flavored, except for the Diet Snapple peach iced tea, and it has to be the diet one. The other one doesn't taste as good. That is also one of my guilty pleasure drinks that I haven't had in a while, but that did keep me alive in college. But besides that, I don't even have peach flavored things because I'm really just like, why risk it? And so it's like, I guess this is how emboldened this impending storm had me feeling. Like, I'm at Trader Joe's buying this peach drink. My boyfriend's not even here. It's not like, okay, like if I have to go to the hospital, like my boyfriend's right here. Like, I'm just like, I chose the like 5 nights out of the year that I'm like completely alone to have this drink. And I don't know. I just felt like, well, it's not like it's like a peach drink. Like, there's orange and mango to soften the blow. And I took a couple sips and I was like, okay, actually, I do feel like my whole face is going numb. But then, like, I waited another minute and nothing happened. And I was like, I think that just might be how the drink is. And I've had a couple sips since. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's been going on. I don't know why I just, like, took you on, like, a truly step for step of my weekend. And then yesterday I just, like, I mean, obviously stayed inside for the most part. I did take a walk when it was like kind of sprinkling, and that was so nice. Like, it was so humid, like Miami weather vibes. And yeah, it was just really, really fun. Confession, I have been watching some Sex in the City, and I do blame Kellen and Johnson because when I went to Montecito, they we were like, they were like, should we watch an episode? And I was like, I mean, if we must. And like we watched episode 8 and I had only seen like the first one. But yeah, I just started watching Sex and the City, and then it's just like, now that my boyfriend's like out of town, you know, once I like get my dinner ready, I'm like, well, should I just watch a Sex and the City? And honestly, like, if you wear headphones over your ears and like just really fucking go into it, like, it's not good, but it's so insane that it's like you just are like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was watching some men's USA basketball team highlights, and that really, I needed it. And I was like, wait, why am I not watching this? You know, and I guess because it's like on at crazy hours, but like I wasn't even planning on like researching it. And then it was like I was listening to a podcast that was talking about it, and I was like, wait, why am I not watching this? Like Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson, Austin Reeves, Brandon Ingram, Paulo Banchero, I guess Bobby Portis, Josh Hart, but who am I missing that's like a main bitch? Tyrese Anthony, like Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. Like, it's just like, this is a good time. Like, I don't know, it's just so fun to watch, and I'm just so glad I at least have that to tide me over. Yeah, August, you know. I'm deep into, God, I don't even know what it's called, A Creative Mind. I don't know, the Rick Rubin book. It's so freaking good. I have almost like every page highlighted. Oh my God, I should have got more freaking flags from Target. Duh. I've been using so many. Like, I don't want to use them, but I can't stop, like, when I'm reading a book like this. And I don't know. It's always good to hear stuff like that. And what does the rest of the night hold for me? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess I'll edit this and I'll probably watch a little bit more Sex and the City. And I don't know. I've been walking quite a bit today. Like, the day after a storm really makes you be like, wow, I can walk outside, you know, like, anyways, you guys get it. I am going to Montana in a few weeks. You heard right. I've never been to Montana. I've never even thought about going to Montana, but now I'm going to Montana. And I'm really excited. And I don't know. Like, I feel like this is like a big, like, I've never done so much research almost for a trip. It's like, you really gotta fucking know shit. Like, it's like, I need bear spray. Legit. You know, and I think we'll just get that there, but I don't know if they have it at Marshall's. If they do, I'll just bring it. But I don't know. If anyone has any tips, if anyone has any thoughts, any must-sees, any suggestion of packing, you know, I'm just like, do I need like an extensive backpack? Like, is that what needs to happen? And it's like, I don't really want to get that because it's not like I'm going to use it after. It's fun to get stuff for trips when it's like, oh, and I'll use this after. So it's like you have a great reason to like upgrade or buy something or like whatever. But it's like, if it's only exclusive to that trip, that's going to be tough. And then I'm just like, the question of the century. I've been saying for so long, I'm like, I'm getting a new suitcase. The next time I go out of town, I'm getting a new suitcase. And like, that would be this time. And I'm just like, wow. I think I'll definitely be on the lookout. I don't know if I'll like pull any triggers, but it could be really nice just to have a really sleek suitcase that I'm just like really into. I feel like that is the next step for me. Just like a really awesome piece of luggage. Not saying it has to be anything crazy. Like, I'm obviously talking about like, see what Marshall's has. Like, I just feel like they're going to have something absolutely perfect for me. Thank you guys so much for coming. Hope you're having a good time. I don't know. I feel like everyone's like losing it. It was like a few weeks ago. Like I talked to 3 people in a row who like are friends of mine, but it's obviously like, at this point, it's like you just don't talk to people every day, So it's like it had been a minute since I talked to them, and it's like all of them were just like, and all of them too are, I feel like I will say, are usually people who are like pretty like cool, calm, collected, and they were like, what is the world? Like, what is this? What's going on? Like, they were just like, I don't know. I just had never heard them like that. And it's like, listen, not that I don't agree. It was just like, oh my God, I just really hope everyone's okay. And just remembering, and it's good to remember myself. It's like, truly, like, this is our life. Like, we're living it now, and all we can do is really try our best. Like, I'm trying my best. And maybe get the Rick Rubin book. There's like so much about perfectionism that's just like, truly, that and ego are just the root of so much suffering, I feel. And it's just like nothing has to be perfect. Like it just has to be fun to you or like good to you. And I don't know, I'm really just like trying to do opposites and like change up the way I do things, like have different days, like don't have the same day all the time. I feel like I was really on to something when I was like going to different markets and stuff, like vary everything about your life so that you're like constantly present, because you're like, wait, I've never been here before. And that's just a little something to end episode 128. Oh my God, wait, how did Carrie end one of the episodes of Sex and the City the other day? Like, it was insane. I was like, that was your guys' last line that you like were like wrote it and you're like, perfect. But you know what? That's their journey. That's their journey, and I'm going to go on mine. All right. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the week. Enjoy your life, and I'll try to do the same. Bye.